Good evening, my friends. Video is for Saturday morning. Today is Friday. I'm recording at 7:45. So whatever will be new in the news, that's not my fault. And if you would like to participate in half an hour reading with me, please write your comment under this video. And Monday, when I will have a reading with Cheryl, I will be looking for the lucky person who will have half an hour reading with me, donated by Janet and Tom Borks. God bless their souls. And in this video I will be talking, will Donald pay to the courts the money that he owns? Soudi gave Kushner $2 billion and $1 billion to Munchin for what? Will Trump family flee to other countries? Will Baron be growing up in USA? Do you see Melania moving to Russia? Why Melania's hairdresser is so expensive? Was Putin expecting Navalny's death? Will Navalny's death end the war in Ukraine? Will those new sanctions on Russia be working? Will the House get rid of M.Gaetz? What is the future of Ted Cruz? So those are the subjects that I will be touching. And my private feeling is that Donald and Melania were using in vitro to consume Baron. Trump is so openly pro-IVF, so it's unbelievable. I think he knows how it is to use that avenue, and he is not standing up against that. So that's good. Well, we might never learn because he is very private about this, but that's my guessing. Mary Negran, I'm answering questions from you viewers. Her number is 3592. Will Trump actually pay the $365 million and $81 million to Jean Carroll? He has been known not to pay his debts. And I saw a farmer milking cow and putting that machine that is doing the job now, before the cowboy will have to do by hand. And the machine will work and work on poor Donnie. So I will see what the cards are saying as well. Because as the answers, I'm closing my eyes and I'm seeing pictures. And the judgment will be strong on him. He will have to obey, and he's afraid. He's educating himself how to get away. Too late. He should have done that education before he was too mouthy to E.G. Carroll, and he got warning. Not that he was not warned, and still he was abusing the privilege of him being a ex-president and her being a woman, a victim. DD 4141 is the questionnaire. Just before Trump left the office, Soudi gave Jared Kushner $2 billion and $1 billion to Munchin, the Secretary of Treasury. What was the money given and who got it? And I think we will be learning more about that Trump received some of those money. There will be more light put on misinformation, and the cards will be open. So eventually we will learn that it was the different tunnel that he was getting the money. I saw the open cards like that. So everything will be showing us before even. So Queen of Love, don't trust him, and the world will know. Probably he gave some way to Ivanka, Melania, who knows? But those money eventually came to his pocket through a lady. Ivanka was Kushner's wife, and she could give it to Donald, or it was where it went right away to Melania. I don't think so. I think that was through Ivanka, because as a wife she was above the suspicions and so on. So she took the money from her husband, who got $2 billion for not doing any job, and no one from Republican Party is interested. How come Biden's son was accused about 5 million and big fuss, and 2 billion is nothing? They know better mathematics than I do. I never was proud of my mathematics skills, but I know that there is a difference. Barbara Luttrell, 9225. Thank you, Barbara. How many Trump's family members do you see fleeing to other countries? And I saw Ivanka and Jared to have a good life in the warm climate. Well, they are in Florida, that's warm as well, so they might run away. And Don, I saw him on the island where are rocks, so that's not a hot place, but I think he will run away. I didn't see Melania with him. They are working on already. Everything is planned as it should be. Yes, Ivanka is very much about her security, so they may have already offshore some investment in some country that they eventually will disappear to. Thank you, Barbara. Mary Williamson, 853. Do you see the previous First Lady moving to Russia? That's about Melania, with her father. I can't imagine her doing that. Every other country, but not Russia. She escaped the socialistic country. She's not going to go back to Russia. That the regime is far worse than in any of those other socialistic countries ever was. So I can't imagine her. That's kind of logical. I didn't even have to close my eyes. That will be too dysfunctional for her family. She wants to rejuvenate herself. She wants to have palms and feel. The hanging man is symbol of rejuvenation, looking at the world from different point of view, somewhere where she knows people, have some friends, or even family. I don't know if family is the best answer, but friends, probably she has some, and that will be her best choice, to go somewhere where there is no extradition, because that's another thing that they have to be worried about being extradited. Okay. Why Melania's hairdresser is so expensive? And I feel that he is a spiritual advisor, doing yoga and meditating with her. So yes, I know probably she is doing extensions and so on, and adding some hair here and there, but her hairstyle is not that unusual than so many other stars, and it shouldn't be that expensive, about 100,000 a year. So I think she has much more spiritual connection with him. She must be depressed. And she needs someone who will be her mentor, her soulmate, kind of the judgment that will be good, helping her to feel good about herself. Even she is beautiful. I don't think she has a best self-esteem, to be honest with you. He is like a part of her family. He knows everything about her, and he is making her to feel very special, like a leader, so she trusts him, and that's the reason she is helping him financially. Was Putin expecting Navalny's death? If he was expecting, he will never... A second. I don't think he was expecting, because when he took, before, Navalny's from one prison and moved him to the north, for over 2 weeks, no one knew where Navalny's is, and that was the prepared situation. This time, the news was right away, next day, about Navalny's death, all over the world. So, and apparently the paramedics were the one who was sharing the news. Navalny died in front of his inmates, and so Putin was not ready for that. And there was not enough, he didn't know which direction. It's like someone who is directing the old-fashioned way, the traffic. There was chaos. So that's the reason he was not ready for that. He ordered to beat up, probably, Navalny, but he didn't know that it will end up as a death. He wanted to break the spirit of Navalny. And Alexei was much more fragile after suffering for so long, and the food, he was saying that they are not feeding them well. So the part of battle ending as a death. And there was a woman, paramedic. She couldn't stand that, and she opened her mouth and she sent the informations that he was beat up, and someone wrote to me as well that I was correct. I don't have that paper. That I was correct, that Navalny was beat up, that he had bruises. And that's the reason they don't want his mother to see, because if his face is swollen from being beat up, or his hands, even if she will open the chest, the bruises are very easy to see. The poison is not that easy to see, but natural death is never showing the bruises around the body. So that's the reason they don't want the mother to see the son, and they are forcing blackmail mother that she will be doing what they are telling her, and when they want to put the body, because she has another son and she's worried about him. And he was already in the prison as well. So, they will do whatever they want to do. There will be place that no one will probably knew where maybe she will know, but she wouldn't be able to go back there. And that's the reason that she is agreeing to let him to go, because there is no way she can win with the regime. And one tiger jaw. It seems that Navalny's death will help the end war in Ukraine. Will it end the war this year? I can't tell you the exact date, but I see the symbol sold on the house, in front of the house. That's always saying that the paragraph is done, that the negotiations were done. So there is some negotiation, some closure, and eventually, yes, this will be coming to the end. The price will be high, and the doctors will be, there will be a lot of worries, a lot of depression, a lot of sadness, and feeling cheated. The Three of Swords. Yes, Ukrainians are feeling that they are abandoned, they are cheated because the money are not coming and they are losing the battle. So they feel very badly, and they are paying really high price for losing the house, the security. With those new sanctions to Russia announced today, about 500, Biden announced 500 sanctions, be actually working. It is like temporary announcement and achievement, but not a long distance. So a long time it will be a failure. And that's what we have to be worried about. It's like just fake smoke on the stage, you know. Sometimes artists are using that fake smokes for effects. But I can tell you that those sanctions are really going to scare Putin and let him to change his mind. I will see what the cards are saying. Yeah, maybe it might slow down them, but the part-time job, not full-time. The half horse for me is always part-time. But people will feel that they want to be reunited with each other, they want peace, so they might agree for whatever conditions eventually. But those sanctions are not really too harsh on Putin. User KV3VH, will the House get rid of M.Gaetz like they did get rid of Santos? And I think he is running after DeSantis, so maybe he will be running to be governor of Florida. And Trump probably will say, yes, my guy, push him. And but I think that people will be choosing someone new. So that will be a new wild card, and I don't think they will go for M.Gaetz. So he will stay in Congress until the next elections, but he wants to go back what he was always dreaming about, to be a governor. He wants to fulfill his dreams, and he wants to be secure. I don't know if he will be a good governor, for sure not to me. I don't like him. And the name of the person who is asking question, I beg you, Dolly Parton. And can you read on Ted Cruz? Will he win a re-election, or will Alert win? Will Alert, someone else? and I saw a storm is coming. So that means the trouble for him. People are still remembering him enjoying the vacation in Cancun, and when everyone was going through the horrific time because there was no electricity and people were freezing to death. So the chair will flip. Probably that's the other person who will be running, will be the lucky one. 3 cards. The strong one, the winner, and on a chariot. I hope I am correct. I want that so badly, but it doesn't show bad cards for Ted Cruz, so okay. I finished much faster than I thought, huh? Now I can go and watch Netflix. I had so many other questions and I left them because usually I'm getting 10, 11 questions on one reading. Okay, today I was chatting with one gentleman in my store and we were talking about how we don't have any access to the bear grease fat, but that's apparently really good for the skin and for healing. And I just had memory from another school book that there was a beaver, parts of beaver that they were hunting for, a grease, and there was liver that they needed to put on the wounds to heal. That was in the 17th century or 16th century. And the other thing I remember it, because we were chatting and changing the remedies. And I said that in Poland, like 500 years ago, if someone was sick and had fever and needed antibiotics, there was no antibiotics that time, people were using bread, freshly baked bread, from rye bread. They were making this like a chewy gum, and they were adding spider web. And apparently spider web has a lot of natural antibiotics. So that was those old grannies' advices. I don't know why why the pharmaceutical companies are not using them, but the spider web was well known in Poland, and there were even beliefs that in our culture that spider is a good luck that will protect you from enemies and so on. So I never killed the spider. If I catch spider, I will put in a jar and let it outside the house because I'm so afraid to hurt that poor creature. And there is no need for me to kill it if I can take care of it and take it out. They might come back, but that's another story. And, I think that they should start actually to do some research what the spider web can be good for. The mushrooms that are growing on trees are very good for so many things. So like the lion's mane, the hair of lions, that's the name of the mushroom that grows on a tree. It's wonderful for memories, recovering, for people who are struggling with problems with memories. I'm using that all the time. Not that my memory is great, but I don't know. I'm afraid to have this worse. So I'm eating every day one tablet, one capsule, and so that will be for today. If you remember to put the comments, you can put few comments different time, because I'm going up and down, so that way you can have more luck. And please write your questions for Monday video. I'm going through them, Cheryl is going through them, and the prayers. Elaine is asking, please pray for my new friend Michelle, who had total hysterectomy and she has a son to raise. Our deepest prayers for your girlfriend, and for anyone who is struggling with any illness, any suffering, any discomfort, that you will be able to be healed, to feel good, comfortable, and strong and independent, that you will have always roof over your head and food on your plate, and love, feeling love and being loved. That's so important. So I'm sending everyone the best energy, and we want to pray for countries that are in war, that no one will be suffering, that everyone will feel safe and protected. I love you guys. See you next time. Thank you for watching me.